Welcome back everyone to our after action report on GD 1938, the World War II scenario for Advanced Tactics Scope. So this is the very next turn, the very next month, and we're just going to jump right into things by claiming the last Baltic state, Estonia. So we will declare war on them, and then we're going to go after Poland. Okay, this is an interesting scenario. It looks like Estonia has actually given up to us. I was not expecting that. I didn't even look at what the percentage chance that was to happen. Well, I want to really push through quickly. I don't think this episode needs to take too long because I kind of explained a lot of the stuff that was going on last episode. Really, the point is, oh my gosh, this actually is terrible. So I think I explained that Estonia was protected by France. I was expecting this to cause a war with me and France, which would allow me to penetrate. Yes, which would allow me to penetrate into Poland. Well, this is no longer this is no longer going to be a quick episode. I'll probably put a cut in the video here. I don't really know how to respond to this. Okay, first things first, we do want to sync this up with our HQ. I have a habit of forgetting to do that. I'm not really sure because, let's see, diplomacy-wise, France is allied with Great Britain and China, which means we would actually declare war on China if we did that, and Great Britain. I'm kind of curious if the Chinese have any forces here. I have no intentions of invading China. None. My main threat, I have a big enough threat to deal with in the Axis. It's tough. Okay, so yeah, it's already 2 minutes in the video. I don't really know what to do with this. Let me just talk about what I'm going to do or plan to do, and then I'll come back and we'll actually run the whole... We'll run the rest of the episode when I figured out what I want to do. I had already planned my attack, but this is going to complicate things because I don't know what if I attack. Is Great Britain going to see it as a, you know, a real act of aggression? It's really only against the Polish people, though, right? Well, let me just put a quick cut in the video here, and then I'll come back and we'll figure out what I'm going to do. Alright, welcome back everyone. I should say we've already done the introduction. I am going to declare war on France. And this is going to have some consequences, but I really don't see any other way around it. This is the only way I can claim Polish territory. And we'll just have to kind of talk with Germany about this. Hopefully this doesn't upset them too much, but we're going to try to make inroads. So, France, declare war. And this also puts us at war with Great Britain and China. I think I will peek in here real fast to see if they have any forces guarding. This is a coal. I think coal is a supply thing. So, okay. Well, interesting. So they might not have any forces here because our zone of control did push. We can actually go here and come back, I guess. I can't go back. I don't see any units there. Interesting. It's the only time I'm actually going to get a peek at China. The only other way I would get a peek at China is if at some point Mongolia was ceded over to me. I don't know how that all works, though. This is, again, just my first time playing the GD 1938, and I don't know how that would go. Yeah. Okay, well, let's not waste too much time. We're going to declare war on... We already did declare war on France. Actually, this is really good news. We can see that our borders have pushed this far, which probably means that we can get in here. We can probably take Lvov on this turn. I certainly hope so. I'm going to move my artillery forward first because we don't... we're going to need them to bombard Lvov. And then, yeah, I guess we'll just start moving everyone else forward. It says we could move right in, but our reconnaissance is very low. Lvov has 20 points of hiding just because it's a city. We have to be a little bit aware of those things. So we might have to scout just by putting a unit in who will be attacked and decimated. But that's the only way we'll be able to detect the forces there. We don't want to move all our forces in because then it would be a surprise attack against all of them. So we need to send like a scout force in who hopefully we can maybe just sacrifice one unit for the good of the rest. And we do want probably gonna bombard this unit with one of our guys here just to see what it is. It's a pretty weak group. We brought their readiness down to 5 and it's only 10 units, 1 infantry gun and 2 general purpose machine guns. You know, I think we can take that with... We have this cavalry, and I think the best use for that cavalry will actually be to attack here, and maybe even this tank as well. So what we'll do is the attack with the tank and the 2 cavalry. We'll do that attack. That should just decimate them. Yeah, that was good. We only lost 1 horse. So we're pushing in. We're actually pushing the lines really nicely. We'll move those guys in just like... Oh, so now we actually see the unit in Lvov as well. I don't know, I apologize that I don't know the pronunciation. Actually, I might leave this unit here. I don't know if we'll want to push up the side. And actually, I do want to take this, before the Germans get to Bialystok, I'd like to take this hex to give us a little bit better defensive positioning. So we'll probably move at least 1 unit there, just to claim it. Because we're not at war with the Germans, which means whoever grabs the territory first, like here or here, we're going to keep that. That person will keep that territory. It won't switch sides because we're essentially establishing borders. And since we're not at war, those borders can't be moved. The only person who can move the borders between Germany and Soviet Union is France by attacking us. But they probably won't be doing much attacking. It's Poland, really. This France, quote-unquote France, is really just Poland. They really aren't doing much. Obviously, they're mostly... the most of what the French / Polish are going to be doing is defending. So we see the units here. We will go ahead and bombard them. This will definitely limit... Oh, you know what? We can do quite a massive bombardment, in fact. And I think it's worth doing just to make sure we claim this city. Maybe I'll do the bombardment with everyone. Yeah, we'll just do the bombardment with everyone. Why not? Because we want to lose as few troops as possible. That's good. We took them from 100 readiness down to 7, 200 entrenchment down to 13, and we'll be able to finish that up with just some really outstanding attacks. Let's get the motorized to move up, and the infantry. Actually, I want the infantry to attack more than anything, since they are going to be better in the city. So I'm going to go ahead and cycle through these units. I want to turn off the motorized actually, and everyone here is fine. So this is 344 out of 300. That's not bad. I think that's fine. Unless we actually attack this unit and have enough left over to attack down in. That would be nice. So let's actually attack this unit again. This tank can support. We will attack. Get these guys into position. Okay, we lost 1 unit and we're able to put both those guys in. Very good. So now it actually is probably worth attacking with the motorized just to give us the 3 sides of attack. So those 3, plenty of those. And the one up here just to give us the 3 sides of attack. Very good. 375, 360. I think that's a good number. And attack. Very good. So the location is completely knocked out, which is sad, but that's it's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. And now the next feat, if we're able to pull it off, this would be the perfect end for a turn, would be to take Vilnius. I don't know what else is going to go on. I don't think we have any movements we want to do in the east at all. Probably we're just retreating a few forces back We're moving some forces to Afghanistan, actually. I'd kind of like to poke in and pry with Afghanistan and see what they have. I'm a curious individual. I'm trying to see what everyone has. So we'll get these guys to go down this way. Put a lot of people on the border with Afghanistan. It's a historical place the Soviet Union is interested in, so I don't mind exploring down this way. Or try not to make the game too ahistorical. So far, I don't mind that the war started early. That's, that could have happened. What if when Czechoslovakia was claimed by the Germans, what if that was the final straw already? We'd be seeing what we're seeing right now. So nothing really crazy ahistorical has happened. There was some interesting discussions about the Baltic states, but since I'm getting at least 2 of them, I don't feel too bad. I looked it up. Kaunas was definitely Russian controlled. The line was, Bialystok was even Russian controlled. So the line was, this is not geographically exact, right? You're dealing with hexes, huge, discrete blobs that you're naming Bialystok here when maybe it was here. It's not. But Warstock was more back here, or Lvov was maybe over here more. The map is fantastic, but because you're dealing with these, you have to break it up into huge pieces. Like, what do you call this entire huge 40,000 square kilometer region? Okay, we'll just call that Bialystok. So there's a little bit of inaccuracy just because the size of units on the map is not fine enough. But anyway, Kaunas was Russian controlled, so as was Bialystok, as was Lvov. Warsaw was German. And I don't know if Klaipėda was. I'm pretty sure that this river was the crossing point, so that would make this Russian. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Not anything we need to discuss. We also want to attack Vilnius. Now, the trick with Vilnius is we want to get 3 sides of surroundment. So again, we'll be attacking. Oh, we can actually get 4 sides of surroundment. We want to move 1 unit over here and attack from that side. We'll also attack from this guy in here, so we can get 1, 2. We'll do bombardment first. Then we can move these guys in. We will do some attacking there. We will start off by doing our bombardment. We only have 3 bombardment. Oh, shoot, that's not much. Can we bring anybody else up? Any other people volunteering? You can attack. Okay, we'll move you in there then. Ho hum. Okay, well, we'll do the artillery bombardment. We can always do more artillery bombardment later, but we will do it with these 3. And then we'll just do a whole lot of bombing with every available air unit. I forgot to use the air units to take Lvov. It didn't turn out to be that it was necessary. But that was might have been an oversight. We had all this air force built up in Kiev, and we didn't use it, so kind of silly of us not to have done that. Interesting. That is interesting. We could move in, even attack. Well, it makes no sense to attack Warsaw. And I think I'm okay with the lines being where they are. I just wanted to make sure we got Lvov. This is another... Okay, so again, no production points right now. Can't produce anything, but eventually it will provide something for us. But yeah, we didn't use our Air Force in the south, which means actually, in a weird way, we might have done a good thing, because we saved it for the fight in the north. I can't tell if these guys will be able to get there. They will get there for 1... No, it's not worth it. They can only get there for... 1 round of bombardment, so yeah, we'll have to rely on our Air Force. And I'm just going to send everyone, because the air stacking penalty you can see here is just really, really, really minor. We're only using about 1/4 of it. So let's see what happens. Okay, we're doing some damage at least. This is good. Okay. And we did a lot of damage to the location. We did not do very much damage overall. Took their readiness down by 10. Took their entrenchment down by about 20 on average. And, killed maybe well, we killed 3 power points worth of units. So 1 cavalry, 1 staff, and 1 infantry. This is going to be a bloody fight. It's possible we won't take it. So let's see what kind of attack strength we have right now. 431 out of 480. What does this unit add? 431, 430, 511. Versus this unit. Okay, 543. So I think we take out... This group is going to fight almost entirely at half strength because of the armor. So I think we rely on the armored cars, and this is a lot of infantry. Heavy machine gun, I like that a lot. The only thing about this unit that fights at 50% is the armored car. So we can do that, and we're still below the... And we have 50% concentric bonus, which makes sense because we're surrounding them more than half, actually. Well, at some point you just have to roll the dice, and I think we should have their numbers covered. So attack. We're going to take some losses, but it looks like we will take it in the end. Good. There it is. Okay, good. So we actually took our 2 objectives on this turn, Vilnius and Lvov. Vilnius, does this have any production points left? It also does not. So we don't have anything to produce in these 2 cities because we utterly destroyed them in the process of taking them over. But that's okay. Now, we're going to move some people in. I actually want to move... I wanted to... Okay, as long as we have a line here, I'm fine. Is it possible? Yeah, okay, that's fine. So, move this in here. This guy can move here. We'll just push people up to the front next turn. And we'll get all these guys. There's no point in leaving anybody behind here. The more people we have in here, maybe the more offensive we look. The more scary we look. Which would be good. We look very scary. Oh, we actually attack with one of our armor units. I didn't even notice that. So, pour all these guys in there, which hopefully will deter the Germans from trying to attack. I don't think they have enough to do anything, honestly. Although I didn't show this, I didn't do this yet. We have to improve our quality again. We have to do improve a city. Just improve any city. I don't want to improve any of the ones that might be conquered, so let's just improve this Gurk, George, whatever. We want to improve the economy. Yeah, we don't really have... Oh, we absolutely have to influence Finland. So I'll have to make sure to do that as well. But Finland will be a long, long endeavor. It'll be a long time coming before we can see results in Finland. So I guess the rest of this is going to be a lot of moving units forward, like so. Maybe a little bit boring. I don't think we'll do it on camera. So we can keep this one as really a much shorter episode, and that's good because these after action reports are not intended to be long. They're just a report of the turn. Oh, yeah, we can move this guy over here. He eventually is going to... I'm not sure if we should have done that. I don't know what to do with him. Yeah, a whole lot of indecision is what we're left with, really. But it looks like we're okay, at least. We've taken the places. And you know what? Okay, so I think the last... I really wish I did not move this guy, and I cannot strategically redeploy him because he's off railroad. It shouldn't be a problem, you know. We're okay as long as we didn't take... I'm not trying to take their territory. I really wanted to see what unit they have though in here. I don't know. I probably could just load up a new game and see what default Chinese units are there, but my curiosity got better of me. Anyways, over here we're still holding strong with some forces. Still holding strong in the east. And yeah, we've massed our units, I guess, over here on Turkey. We don't know what we might do with them quite yet, but we're prepared for an attack on Turkey if that's what we end up wanting to do. Maybe in the end it's not. I think it might be better. We might be better served actually attacking into Romania. Well, that's a completely new idea. Well, very good. So we'll concede Bialystok to the Germans because they are going to be able to surround it on all sides. And I don't think we'll be able to take Warsaw. That's pretty ambitious. I don't think it's necessary. We have our buffer. We definitely have a large buffer in the south, which is good because of Romania, obviously. But we also have a little bit more space, a little more breathing space between Minsk and the front, and that is like extremely good. Okay, well, I'm going to call this video to a close, so stay tuned for more of these little after action reports. I'm not sure, excuse me, if nothing happens, oh, I have to declare peace. I mean, I'm going to offer peace with all the people who I declared war with, especially Great Britain and China. I can go back and retract this later if I want, but I'm pretty sure there's no reason for me not to just declare peace with them. And France, let me look over Poland a little bit more, and I'll decide whether or not to declare peace with France as well. We might see if we can push it. I don't know what benefit I would get out of grabbing any more territory. I guess if we grab this, we would get the river crossing, which could be nice. So I'll think about that, but I won't make that decision on here because I didn't plan for that ahead of time, and I'll probably spend a long time thinking about it. So very good. April 1938. Things are very different in this alternate version of history, but at least, I mean, the way things got to this point were very different, but the Russians have once again taken at least a minor part of Poland, which is good. So that'll hopefully sustain us. The industrial ability it adds is almost negligible, but the defensive capabilities is, I think, huge. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you back for the next after action report.